So today our lecture will be about practical skills. So these are questions, gen ed questions that are common in the board exam. So ready na ba kayo makinig sa gabing ito? Are you guys ready to learn tonight? Can you give me a heart if that's a yes? Ayun. Ayan. Yung mga hindi nag-heart, ano mangyayari sa inyo? Joke lang. Yung mag-heart, magta-top. Sige, mga nanonood din po dyan sa Facebook or TikTok if you're watching our live this evening, please give us heart reactions. You can also share the live. Yung mga nandito po sa loob ng Zoom, you can share the live para your other classmates will also be, given gift our free review here in Live Review Center. Okay, if you're ready, let's start with the 5 questions and then the continuation will be on Thursday. Okay, so let's start with question number 1 right away. Question: is the idea that the origin of all knowledge is sense experience? It emphasizes the role of experience and evidence, especially sensory perception, in forming concepts while discounting the notion of innate ideas. So I'll repeat the question. You can answer in our comment box or in here in Zoom. No? Pwede kayo mag-comment. On Facebook, on TikTok, you can also answer. So the question is the idea that the origin of all knowledge is sense experience. It emphasizes the role of experience and evidence, especially sensory perception, in forming concepts while discounting the notion of innate ideas. So what is your answer? I would like to see. Yan yung mga comments na. So let me see. Ay, yes po. How about you guys there? What's the answer? Ito pala, hindi pala nakalabas lahat. So A, B, C, or D. Di pala binasa yung choices. A, rationalism. B, impressions. C, bundle theory. Or D, empiricism. Or E, none. Zero pala yung E. So what's the answer? Okay. So may A, may D, may D. Yan. Wala saan sagot ng E. No? Alright. So the correct. Wait. Saan ako napunta? Okay. So the correct answer is it's letter what? So most answer it's D. Most answers are A. But the correct answer is letter A. Empiricism. So ano ba ibig sabihin natin sa empiricism? So empiricism is the idea that the origin of all knowledge is sense experience, emphasizing the role of experience and evidence in forming concepts and discounting the notion of innate ideas is known as empiricism. So empiricism refers that or means or posits that knowledge comes from sensory experiences and that we do not have inherent or innate ideas without prior experience. So empirical knowledge, kumbaga, we learn something because we experience it. Rationalism is different, no, from empiricism. Huwag kayo malilito doon. So empiricism, it's the correct answer in this question. So it's more of the sensory experience. Like the more we experience something, the more that we learn it. That's the idea of empiricism. Are we clear with that? Okay, so take note of this. Next question, we have this one. Which of the following describe or best describe self-actualization? In college, I think you took understanding the self, and this term, madalas na siya narinig, self-actualization. So what do you mean by self-actualization? Is it A, the realization of one's full potential? B, achieving a high level of self-esteem? C, the process of developing self-efficacy? Or D, managing one's emotional reaction? So which one? Is it full potential? Is it about self-esteem? Or is it about self-efficacy? Or about emotional reactions? How we manage our emotions? So let me see first your answers. May isa pa lang sumagot. How about the others? By the way, when I'm asking you to answer, you answer, no? Because in board exam, you have to practice answering questions. So I can see here A, C as well. Okay. You sure? So what's the answer? So the answer is, may sumagot pang isa. Allow me to check his or her answer. Si Tin. Si daw. So the answer here is, it's letter It's letter A. It's the realization of one's full potential. So it's not about C, just self-efficacy. No? In answering board exam questions as well, you also try to use this umbrella method. Ano, what do you mean by that? When say umbrella method, check if one answer can can also cover other answers. For example, this one, the realization of one's full potential. So self-efficacy can also be under this one. Okay? Can also be under this one. So the answer then, or the better or the more correct answer is letter A, because it can still be under letter C can be under letter A. Do you get the point? Because there are some questions in the board exam, particularly in professional education, wherein you'll be asked or you'll be given choices that all seems right. Everything is correct. All is correct. All are correct answers rather. But you must try to find what is the answer that can cover other answer. That can, yung kumbaga ano yung mas malaki na kaya naman yung i-cover ng isa. They get the point? That's how we answer. Okay. So that you can get the correct answer. Are we clear with that? Do you follow? That's one technique that you can apply when you take the boards. Okay. Next, ready for the next question? I hope you're all doing great today. And the next question is here. If a man continually berates himself for having impure thoughts, Freud would blame it on A, id, B, fate, C, ego, or D, superego. Again, if a man berates himself for having impure thoughts, Freud would blame it on what? Is it id? Is it ego? Or is it fate? Is it ego? Or is it superego? So what's your answer? Let me check. D, C, C. Okay. By the way, when you're answering, you include the number. For example, 1A, 2B, something like that. Okay. Because in the previous center, they give scholarships. So they check your answer, no? So that's why it's better if you write number. Malay nyo, kayo mabigyan ng scholarship. Baka magbigay na lang randomly, no? Diba? Like your number, para hindi tayo malilito. And our admins will be able to, monitor who answers first. Okay? So the correct answer in this question is, but before we answer it, we have to check the word berate. This question is difficult, not because of the question or not because of the idea of it. It's because of the language or the word used here. The word berate. Berate is not quite familiar for us, right? The word berate. So, what do you mean by berates? What is the other term for berates? Who knows? Can you share it to us? May nakakaalam ba? What do you mean by the word berates? In the board exam, you have to, widen your vocabulary because there are a lot of words that you'll not be able to, understand. That's why you have to use context clues as well, but better if you expand your vocabulary. So when you say berate, it means criticize. Again, the, what do you call this? A more common synonym of berate is criticize. So if a man continually criticizes himself for having impure thoughts, Freud will blame it on. So the correct answer is, it's actually, dahil alam nating word, ano yung tamang sagot? Yun ko yung sagot ninyo. May D, may C. So the correct answer is actually letter D. Why? So if we study Freudian psychology, no, ito yung pinakasikat ni Simon Freud, no, yung kanyang id, ego, super ego. When we say id kasi, Yung iba kasi id yung sagot nila. We say id, um, it's, the, what do you call this? Yung, ano natin, desire, ganyan. No? Yung mga desire natin. Kung ano yung mga gusto lang natin gawin. Like, just in our thoughts. Animal. Sabi nga parang may ano na, animal something na ano siya. Like, our desires. Like, you just want ice cream. Kahit na may diabetes ka na gano'n, you'll still, eat ice cream kasi you let your ego, take over you. Ganun siya. But superego, what is the role of superego? So in Freudian psychology, if a man continually berates himself for having impure thoughts, Freud would likely blame it on superego because the superego is the aspect of personality that holds all of our internalized moral standards and ideals that we acquire from both parents and society. So our sense of right and wrong. It provides guidelines for making judgments and can lead to feelings of guilt when standards are not met, hence the self-berating for having thoughts considered impure by the individual's moral standard. So the answer here is superego. So I think this study or this idea of Simon Freud is quite familiar to us. We study this in different subsects, no? So we have to familiarize ourselves because most probably this will be asked in situational questions. So you better understand the concept. All right. Let's proceed to question number 4. Second to the last question. Are you still there with me? Andyan pa ba kayo? Can you give me a heart if you're there? Makita ko yun. Heart sila. Alright. Kasi mas nakaka-inspire kapag may reaction. Okay. Kasi nakikita ko, andyan pala sila. Alright. Next, we have question number 4. A modernist artist who painted the Madonna of the Slums in 1950. Again, a modernist artist who painted the Madonna of the Slums in 1950. Choices: Diosdado Lorenzo. B. Hernando Ocampo. C. Vicente Manansala. Or D. Jose Hoya. Again, a modernist artist who painted the Madonna of the Slums in 1950. The choices that we have here are Diosdado Lorenzo, Hernando Ocampo, Vicente Manansala, and D. Jose Hoya. So, do you have your answers now? Let me see. Yeah. When you're answering right now, you can answer muna na galing sa alam lang ninyo. You don't need to search anything muna. Huwag lang kayo mag-search dahil you want to get the correct answer. Must not be like that, no? Because in here, you want to check what you know already. So, it's better if you just answer based on what you know. At least, kapag mali kayo ngayong gabi, matatama nyo na yung sarili ninyo. Okay? One thing that is, one thing about general education, when you take it, ang dito, paramihan talaga siya ng alam. So, kung hindi mo alam to, you'll just guess. So, better na nag-a-attend kayo ng mga, ganito, like free review na Leap Review Center because at least, yung time ninyo, di ba, dumadami yung nalalaman ninyo. Ay, kapag lumabas sa board exam, nasabi yan sa Leap. Ay, nasabi ni Sir Jericho yan. Okay? So, paramihan ng alam. So, the correct answer here, actually, I think, most of you answered the correct, or chose the correct answer. And the correct answer is Vicente Manansala. So what is this Madonna of the Slums? So if you search for the picture of Madonna of the Slum, it's actually a picture of a woman and a child, a baby, and she's carrying it. No, she's carrying it. And the meaning of the story or the painting rather, it showcases poverty because the woman, if you check the image of the woman and the child, they are lifeless. Like their eyes are lifeless. Kumbaga ito yung mga, um, naghihirap sa buhay. Kumbaga, they lack hope. They live poor lives. Something like that. Okay? So, Madonna of the Slums. So, yan. Kumbaga, di ba sinagot dito ni Catriona Gray? The slums of Tondo, Manila. So, when you hear the word slums, it's, it talks about poverty. Right? So it's Madonna of the Slum written by Vicente Manansala. Forgive my voice. I think it starts changing now. I still have cold right now, but ilalaban natin to para sa inyong lisensya. So next, we have the last question for this evening. So I hope, tingnan natin kung nakailan kayo. Later on, I will ask kung nakailan kayong tamang sagot. Yeah, so this one, allow me first to drink just a little second. Commercial break. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I think my voice is better now. So the question here, here's the sculpture of Bonifacio Monument on UP Oblation. Yung nakagano, ano yan, sa UP, the very famous ano nila, UP Oblation. So, sila din nag-ano na, sila sculptor. Is the sculpture of Bonifacio Monument and UP Oblation. So this one must be, a general knowledge that everyone must know. Okay, it's very important because it's a common question in the board exam. Is it A, Mariano Madrinian, B, Napoleon Abueva, C, Guillermo Tolentino, or D, Roberto Feleo? Again, is it A, Mariano Madrinian, B, Napoleon Abueva, C, Guillermo Tolentino, or D, Roberto Feleo? So, how many answers do we have now? Same sila. How about the others? You answer as well. Sige. You answer. What's the correct answer? Is it Mariano Madriani, Napoleon Abueva, Guillermo Tolentino, and D. Roberto Fileo? Now, just a tip for everyone. When I took the boards and when I started reviewing the board exam, I did answer different questions. And now, let's say I found out that the correct answer, let's say, is letter A. Example, this is an example. Let's say the correct answer is letter A. Now, I'll check as well the other options. I'll check as well the other choices. I'll check what they did as well. Kasi meron din mga ginawa na yan. Halimbawa, si Napoleon Prueba, ano kaya yung famous work niya? Si Guillermo Tolentino, ano kaya yung ginawa rin niya? Si Roberto Fileo, ano kaya yung ginawa niya? Kasi possible na in the next question, nandyan pa rin siya sa choices. That's why, when you, let's say for example, ngayong gabi, nalaman niyo na ang sagot ay ito. So, pwede nyo i-search din mamaya. Sino tong si ganito, si ganyan, ganito. And then you take note as well, ano yung famous work niya. Do you get the point? So, huwag lang kayo lagi mag-focus sa ano yung tamang sagot. Because there's a possibility that in the next question or other questions, ibang ano naman, pero same choices. Okay? So, we'll get, higher chances of getting points. Like what I said, sa Gen Ed, paramihan ng alam. So, mas maraming alam, mas malaking chance mong pumasa at mag-top sa board exam. Okay? So, let me see your answers. Wala na bang hahabol dyan? Walang ibang sagot? Sure na ba iba? Are you sure? So, the correct answer in this question is it's letter. You're correct. It's letter C. So, Guillermo Tolentino, it's the sculptor of both the Bonifacio Monument and the UP Oblation is Guillermo Tolentino. He was a national artist and his works are significant in Philippine history for their nationalistic and cultural importance. So, Bonifacio, di ba Bonifacio Day sa Saturday? So, that's a good reminder, no? Kung ano ni Guillermo Tolentino. Okay, so the correct answer in this question, just take note of this. The sculptor of Bonifacio Monument and the UP Oblation is Guillermo Tolentino. Now, so nakailan kayo? Ilan yung scores ninyo? Nakailan kayo? Let me see your scores nga. Can you send? 5 out of 5 ba? 1 out of 5? Tingnan ko may iba. Sige, lagay yung scores niyo. Tingnan natin. Para mapag-pray natin yung mga sagots niyo. Kung nakailan kayong score. Pinag-pray. So, ilan kayo? O, si Ma'am Chatty. Naka 4 over 5. Wow. How about the others? 3 over 5. Sige, how about the others? Nandito. Tingnan natin yung mga scores niyo. 3 over 5. Yung mga hindi nag-send dyan na. Oh, so, binantaan. How about the others? What's your score? Yan. So, kung nakakuha na kayo ngayon, when you're preparing for the board exam, make sure that you always get, 75% of the score. Let's say, out of 100, make sure that you'll get above 75. So, out of 5, yan better kung kayo, nakalahati or more than half kayo, like 4 over 5. Okay? Kasi in the board exam, you must get 75%. 75%. Hindi pwedeng 74.9. So, better you get above 75%. So, yung mga nakakuha dyan na 4 over 5, may naka 5 over 5 ba? Wala naka 5 over 5. So, at least ngayon, kahit nagkamali kayo na isa, dalawa, tatlo, at least tonight, you learned something and you'll not commit the same mistakes again. Okay? So, that ends our discussion for tonight.